To wrap up the home slate tonight against the Michigan State Spartans. Michigan State took last night's match 3-1. Iowa took the first set 25-22. I'm sorry, 25-18. Drop set 2, 25-22. Drop set 3, 25-13. And after a very competitive finale, Michigan State pulled away in set 4 to win the match 25-21. Michigan State moves yesterday then to 3-9 as Iowa fell to 3-14 on the season. Michigan State's been hit a lot harder by COVID. Iowa's only lost one weekend to Wisconsin. A couple weekends ago here, they lost a home match. The Mid-American starting lineups. The starting lineups are brought to you by Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service. Small change for Michigan State as they will go with Meredith Norris again. She'll be one of the outside hitters. Jamie Cox is the libero. Lauren Gibbs is the back row defensive specialist. Elena Sklar, who came in later yesterday in the first set as Michigan State struggled to run offense, she'll set from the back row. Lauren Schwartz, right side hitter. Naya Gross, she is a middle hitter, very, very jumpy, very good at the net. And Rebecca Poljan, another middle. Didn't do a whole lot yesterday. And then actually coming off the bench will be the L2, Alyssa Kranowski. She led the squad yesterday, 13 kills, hit .545 for Michigan State. For the Hawks, you'll see the normal starting lineup. Jocelyn Boyer will be the defensive she'll be the libero. Courtney Bizzario, a little bit of a do-it-all player for the Hawks. Audrey Black will be one of the outside hitters. Amaya Jones will be in the middle. Bailey Ortega will start in the back row, and she will set from the back row for the Hawks. Hannah Clayton, one of the middles, and then Adina Schmidt will be the other outside hitter for the Hawks. She actually led the Hawks yesterday with 10 kills. High volume swings though. She ended up having 39 swings. Hawks were very balanced yesterday. Adina had 10. They had Courtney Bizzario with 9 kills. Blythe Reens with 8. Audrey Black with 6. Amaya Jones with 6. And Hannah Clayton had 5, although she did lead the Hawks. Very efficient. She hit .364 yesterday for the Hawks. So yesterday, the Hawks started passing well, doing a nice job moving the ball on offense. Gave their setters a lot of options, a lot of opportunities to move it. Passing fell off just a little bit as the match went on. Michigan State was able to tune up the block a little bit. As you saw, Michigan State had 11 blocks yesterday and pretty well balanced around with who got them. So it wasn't just a rotation or something. They had pretty good luck. Poljan with 6 blocks. Gross with 5, Schwartz with 4, Kranowski with 4. And Kranowski is actually an outside hitter, so they were getting those blocks from the right side on the Hawkeye attack. So Michigan State made a change midway through the match yesterday. It was Lauren Johnson played the first 2. Tall right side hitter switched in sets 3 and 4 to Kabengele. Shorter hitter, but very springy, very jumpy, and she had a little bit more success on the hitting percentage and gave the Hawks a little bit of a hard time there. So Hawks will look to round out the home slate with a win today. See if they can start fast as they did yesterday. Lauren Gibbs back to the service line for Michigan State. She comes forward and goes right down the line. Schmidt to Ortega. Right side slide to Clayton. Great tip over, and that'll go for a point. Clayton did a nice job just tipping it over the tall block. And the Hawks score the first point. Slagle comes in for Black, and she will serve for the first time for the Hawks. Slagle comes forward, goes right down the line. Gibbs, bad pass off the net. Sklar, middle attack. Dug up by Ortega. Slagle comes up, uses hands, pushes it behind her. Smith goes through the block and scores. Cox dove for it and couldn't get there as the ball landed right in front of the line. Judge 2-0 Hawks. Hawks in the gold jerseys today. Slagle right down the line again. Gibbs, much better pass this time. Sklar right side attack to Schwartz. Touched and goes out of bounds. Point on the kill. Schwartz was good yesterday, had 8 kills, hit 467. The left-hander, that time she cut it inside the block. Yesterday her success really came going right through the middle of the block. Poljan to serve for Michigan State. Goes a dart at Boyer. Diving play, Slagle has to platform it behind her to Schmidt. Schmidt goes high over the block and out of bounds. Tied at 2 on the hitting error. Poljan back to the service line again. Michigan State has the green jerseys today. Takes a rip at it, goes at Boyer. Bad pass. Nobody can help there, and that goes as an ace serve. Ball got deep into her chest and just kind of bounced straight up in the air. 3-2 Michigan State on top. Poljan again, goes at Boyer, another bad pass. Ortega chases it down, Schmidt will take a swing at it, rolls it over, dug up by Norris. Slar, right side behind her, tips it over. Slagle can't get to it. Schwartz with her second kill, 4 in a row for Michigan State. That's the problem you saw yesterday. It all starts with that first pass. Hawks are out of system, not able to take an aggressive swing. And Michigan State's able to run system right back at them. Poljan again. Slagle, bad pass. Ortega. Schmidt off the block. Comes into the bench though. So Schmidt gets the kill. Good score here for the Hawks to break the early momentum that Michigan State was building. 4-3. Hawks Boyer back to the service line. Jones comes into the front row. Boyer hops forward, goes right down the line at Cox. Schlar, slide. Diving play by Boyer, can't get it. As Gross went over the top of the Schmidt-Jones block and gets her first kill, 5-3. Couple substitutions. It looks like Michigan State will stick with the Cabangeli, and then Cullen comes in to serve. Cullen runs it forward, right down the line at Schmidt. Better pass to Ortega. Middle attack to Jones. We're in play. No, we're not in play. Didn't quite connect with Jones, and so she kind of whiffed at the swing. Looked like Michigan State may have touched it at the net, but didn't happen according to the down ref. So 6-3 Michigan State leads on the connection error. Cullen to serve. Runs it forward. Right down the line. Slagle dives out of the way, and it lands on the back line. 7-3 Michigan State leads. Second ace for Michigan State. The Hawks are at their best when they're aggressive on serve receive. A little tentative right now. Schmidt, bad pass. Pizarro has to platform it all the way back to Schmidt, but she finds a home on the down ball kill. Pizarro platformed it all the way across the court. Schmidt didn't really take an aggressive swing, but it was well positioned. So her third kill makes it 7-4. Pizarro back to serve. Rinks came into the front row, and Ortega. Pizarro right down the line. She got Cabangeli. Cabangeli will get a swing at it. Off the block. Oh, miscommunication there between Cullen and Norris. Either one of them could have had it, neither one of them got it. So that'll probably go for a block for the Hawks. And they're back within 2, 7-5. Pizarro to serve again. Right down the line again. Overpass, great hands there. Gibbs with the overpass. Reens went up at the net. Didn't just dunk it straight down as Cullen had come to cover, and she dunked it to the left. Give Reens the kill, 7-6. One more time. Goes at Gibbs again. Better pass. Cullen. Right side. Gross. Dug by Boyer. Pizarro chases it down. Reens tips it. Ball was really tight to the net. Reens had to just tip it straight up, and she was easily blocked. Comes back on the Hawks side of the net. And the Michigan State block for a score, and it's 8-6. Norris back to serve. I think she's entertaining the bench now with her low. Oh, not as long today. Norris comes forward, right down the line again. Schmidt off the net again. Pizarro back to Schmidt. Off the block, and right back down to the Hawkeye side, 9-6 Michigan State. Back-to-back blocks for Michigan State. It's kind of what they did yesterday. When the Hawks are running out of system, Michigan State block sets up and they are big. Norris again. Right down the line again. Schmidt, very good pass this time. Right side to Reens, but it's a bad set. Cabangeli takes it. Cullen, middle attack. Gross, Slagle gets it. Bizzario, right side to Reens. Comes through the block, diving play by Cullen. She gets it up. Norris to Cabangeli. She just gently tips it over. Schmidt takes it. Bizzario, middle attack Jones. She's blocked, rolls over the net though. Cross, great play. Bizzario gets it back up. Reens. Oh, diving play by Cox. Great job. Norris platforms it up. Kronowski rolls it over. Schmidt gets it. Bizzario back outside to Schmidt. Dug up by Cox. Cullen outside of Kronowski. Diving play by Boyer. Schmidt's able to chase it down. Bizzario platforms it over. Cox. It's tight. Cullen one-hands it. Misconnects. Kronowski puts it in the back corner. Boyer gets it. Bizzario back outside to Schmidt. And she's blocked. Timing was bad. The jump wasn't great. She was a little flat-footed. And the block was sitting there. And Cabangeli and got her. 10-6 now. Michigan State on top. Norris again to serve. This is much more like what she was doing last night. A lot of low bounces. Now she comes forward. Goes right down the line. Schmidt steps, takes it. Bizzario. Reens tips it. Gross got it. Schmidt dunks it right in the gout. The dig was sent back over onto the Hawkeye side, and Schmidt was able to just put it right back down on the Michigan State side. 10-7, Hawks trail. Not playing poorly, just need to clean up a little bit. Schmidt. Oh, great serve. Diving play by Cox. Great play by Cullen. Kronowski knocks it over. Boyer. Bizzario pushes it outside to Black. She's blocked. Dug by Boyer. Bizzario pushes it right side to Reens. She tips it over. Cabangeli, but that'll go out of bounds on her dig attempt. And the Hawks within two. Boy, that was something they couldn't do last night. When Kronowski came on the big full swing last night, she got the kill. A good dig there by Boyer. Maybe the Hawks made an adjustment with blocking like Coach Brown and I talked about in the postgame. Schmidt to serve again. Another soup. Went long. If it's head high on Cox, the libero for Michigan State, as it goes past her, it's going out of bounds because she's about 5'4" and had some zip on it. Service error makes it 11-8 Michigan State and sends Cox to the service line. Flat-footed serve, pounds it at Boyer. Bizzario, Black tips. Oh, what a lift, no call on the open hand. Boyer, Jones. Jones gets the kill though. Hawks would rather get the kill than the ball handling error anyway. Gotta forget first contact, you can get away with almost anything. Michigan State up 11-9. Jones back to serve. Pushes it. There we go. Norris had a hard time with the Hawks serve in the first set yesterday, as the Hawks aced her 4 times yesterday. Jones gets her this time, and Hawks back within 1 at 11-10. And Norris had just five reception errors and 113 chances before the match yesterday. And the Hawks worked her over and over yesterday. As I would guess that Hawks had 7 aces yesterday, and I would guess that at least 5 of them, if not 6, came at her expense. Jones to serve again. Off the top of the tape. Norris, much better pass this time. Cullen, right side. Cabangeli goes off the block and over Jones's head. And it's 12-10. Schlar back in to serve. Sparks comes into the front row. Cullen and Cabangeli go out. Hawks within 2 here now, midway through the first set. Schlar goes long. Service error for Michigan State. Hawks back within 1, 12-11. Reens goes out. Ortega checks in. Freshman from Davenport North. See if she can pull the Hawks even. Floats it over. Diving play by Norris. Slar, right side. Kranowski goes right through the block again. Michigan State runs an interesting offense. They leave their hitters on those sides. So you see Kranowski come straight up on the right side when she's in the right front position in the rotation. The lefty Schwartz hit from the left, the outside. Gibbs. Boyer, great pass to Ortega. Middle attack Visario. Diving play by Cox. Schlar chases it down. Norris, high off the block, dug by Schmidt. Ortega pushes it all the way outside to Black. Off the block, diving play by Cox again. Schlar, middle attack. Pole jam, one-handed. Hawks have it up in the air. Won't quite make it over the net. There was a one hand, there was a foot, and there was another one hand, but it didn't make it over to the Michigan State side. 14-11, Michigan State on top. Gibbs to serve again. Hawks need a side out. Gibbs floats it at Boyer. Good pass to Ortega. Pushes it outside. Visario hammers it at Gibbs, who digs it, or at Schlar, who digs it up. Schwartz goes inside the Hawk block and scores again. 15-11. Coach Brown has seen enough. She'll go ahead and call timeout. We'll take the timeout as well. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield, IMG College. Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Hawkeye Volleyball, I'm John Evans. Michigan State out fast here in set one, lead 15-11. Iowa Volleyball is brought to you by University of Iowa Sports Medicine, offering sports injury prevention, treatment, and rehabilitation to athletes of all ages and skill levels. University of Iowa Sports Medicine, team physician of your Iowa Hawks. 15-11, Michigan State leads set one. Gibbs back at the service line for Michigan State. Goes at Boyer. Tough pass. Ortega. Black tips it over. Easy by Norris. Schlar behind her to Schwartz. She's blocked. Black and Clayton get the block. And that pulls the Hawks back within 3, 15-12. Black checks out. Slagle checks in. And she'll serve. Runs it forward, right down the line. Diving play by Gibbs. It's tight. Schlar, good pass to pole jam, but she's blocked. Back on the Michigan State. Forward, played over by Cox. Ortega, right side behind her to Visario. Sharp cut, scores. Visario goes well inside the block, comes right at the Coach George on the Michigan State sideline. And the Hawks back to within 2, 15-13. Slagle. Right down the line again. Gibbs, bad pass. Cox chases it down. She'll come to Norris. Norris goes high, long, no touch. Hawks within 1, 15-14. Coach George thinking about it, decides not to. Slagle will serve again. Runs it forward, right down the line again. Gibbs, Schlar. Oh! Schwartz goes right through the block that time. It was there, just couldn't hold up. Went right through Schmidt's hands. 16-14, Michigan State back up by 2. Flat-footed serve. Darts it over. Boyer. Great pass to Ortega. Right side to Visario. Block is late. Scores. 16-15. Hawks back within 1. I know it's a broken record, but when the Hawks make that first pass, give the center the offensive options. The block is late, gives them all kinds of opportunity. Boyer with the Hawks down 1, floats it over. Schwartz has to take it. Right side on the slide. Boyer's able to dig it up. Ortega, Jones tips it over. Dug up by Schlar. Gibbs hands behind her. Norris dug by Slagle. Ortega to Jones. Finds the back line and scores. We're tied at 16. Hawks have fought back. We're even at 16. Coach George doesn't want to see any more Hawk points. She calls timeout. We'll take it as well. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball on Learfield, IMG College. Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. I'm John Evans. Hey, Hawkeye fans, get a taste of game day at your home home by stopping by Molly's Cupcakes and picking up your favorite cookie or Rice Krispie treat to satisfy your sweet tooth craving. Molly's Cupcakes, located off Clinton Street in the heart of downtown Iowa City. Tied at 16 here in the first set, Hawks have battled back, took a quick 2-0 lead. Michigan State pulled out and took command from there, but the Hawks have battled back, and now we're tied. Boyer at the service line for the Hawks. Floats it over again. Cox takes it. Good pass to Sklar. Middle attack. Dug up by Boyer. Ortega pushes it behind her to Bizzario. Good tip. Finds a home, and the Hawks regain the lead, 17-16. Bizzario's third kill of the afternoon. Early evening here, I guess we are now. Boyer to serve again. Floats it over again. Cox takes it again. Sklar outside to Norris. Dug by Boyer. Ortega. Schmidt blocked but out of bounds. Hawks score. 18-16. Hawks on a 4-0 run. Boyer again. Goes a little sharper this time. Cox, bad pass. Sklar. Behind her to Norris, into the net, and it's 19-16. Coach George calls another timeout. We'll stay here for this one. Hawks now lead 19-16. Taking a quick look at the stats here. Actually, we'll do a quick read here. Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home to Suites by Hilton each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. Hawks have really turned up the offense here as the set's gone on. 13 kills now, hitting 267 on the first set. Just for comparison, yesterday, set one, they hit 241, but then went downhill from there. So Hawks have done a really nice job. Give Schmidt 5 kills so far on 9 swings. Bizzario's got 3, Jones with 2, Reentz with 2, and Clayton's got 1. So again, well spread around. You've got Bailey Ortega with 6 assists. Bizzario's got 3 there. And you've got Jocelyn Boyer doing a great job in the back row. 6 digs already for the libero from Downers Grove, Illinois. Throw in 3 digs from Maddie Slagle and 2 from Schmidt. And then you've got blocks from Jones, Reentz, Clayton, and Black. So great job all around for the Hawks. Holding Michigan State right now to 160. Only 8 kills. So doing a really nice job there. Boyer goes over. Gibbs takes it. It's tight. Oh, boy. The ball was tight. Sklar did a great job of handling it. Gave it back to Gross, and Amaya Jones with the block right at the net. 2016 Hawks lead. Boyer on a run here. 6-0 for the Hawks. Boyer goes at Cox. Much better pass. Sklar right side to Schwartz. Blocked. Comes back onto the Michigan State side. Norris will get a swing. She goes over. Diving play by Slagle. Ortega pushes it back out to Schmidt. Right down the line and scores. She gets it right past Sklar. And the Hawks now lead by 5, 21-16. Boyer again. Goes at Cox. Really good pass to Sklar this time. She dumps it over. Diving play by Slagle. Can't get there. Sklar did that once yesterday. Really sneaky about it. Just drops the shoulder, dumps it right over. Of course, she just got knocked unconscious by Cavangeli coming out. As they patted hands on the switch, she got hit in the nose with Cavangeli's elbow. 21-17, Hawks lead. Cullen to serve now for Michigan State. Right to the middle of the court. Slagle, Ortega, right side to Bizzario. Hammers it home. Way too hot for Gibbs to handle there. 22-17. Reentz is back in. Ortega goes out. Bizzario will run the offense and serve. Court with a spin, comes forward. Right down the line, long. When you're 6'5" and get under it a little, it's probably got a tendency to float long. Michigan State down 22-18. Norris to serve for them. She comes forward finally. Right down the line. Schmidt, tough pass. Pizarro chases it down. Schmidt will get a lazy swing. Cox gets it. Cullen, right side to Calvagelli. Goes through the block and into the far deep corner. 22-19. Iowa needs a side out. They're in control of the set. Just need to stay that way. Norris, lots of low bounces. I get dizzy when I stand up this fast now for her. She comes right down the line. Eats Schmidt up. Pizarro platforms it right back to Schmidt. Tips it over. Calvagelli gets it up. Comes right back to Calvagelli. Boyer gets the dig. Pizarro, middle attack. Jones, blocked. Dug by Pizarro. Reigns pushed it all the way outside to Schmidt. Blocked. Covered. Pizarro gets it. Reigns will get a swing. High off the block. Cullen. Cox uses it. Kranowski will have to platform it over. Boyer gets it. Hawks in system. Pizarro right side to Reigns. The block is late. Oh, but she tipped it out. Tipped it out. No touch. Tough break for the Hawks there. Not sure what got going here. Upref's whistle was broken. 22-20. Hawks need a side out. Norris to serve. Michigan State's been better in the long rallies today. Iowa won a lot of those yesterday. Norris goes at Schmidt. Decent pass. Pizarro back to Schmidt. Off the block. Diving play by Cox. Cullen. Right side to Kranowski. That is trouble. That was trouble yesterday, and it's trouble now today. Michigan State's crawled back to one. 22-21. Coach Brown will call timeout. We'll go ahead and take this one. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield, IMG College. Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. I'm John Evans. Hawks lead set one, 22-21. But Michigan State's on a 4-0 scoring run to make this a lot more exciting than we needed it to be. Michigan State's up their hitting percentage now up to 188. Hawks still hitting 231. They're going to need to get a kill here on a side out to win this point and to put a grip back on the set. Norris right down the line. Slagle, good pass. Ortega to Jones. Blocked, and we're tied at 22. Gross gets the block right there in the middle. And now we're going to race to three. Low run. Love to see her blast one long here. Boyer uses hands. Pizarro right side to Jones. Through the block and scores. Hawks needed that. Needed it 2 or 3 points ago. We'll take it now. 23-22 Hawks on top. Black checks back in. Slagle goes out. Schmidt, the sophomore, to the service line. She comes forward, right down the line. Overpass. That's a back row setter. Hawks will score. Cox on the overpass. Jones was able to go up and contest it with Cullen. And the Hawks have set point 24-22. Schmidt will try and win it the first time for the Hawks. Coach George just got a yellow card. Not sure what happened there. Schmidt will serve. Hawks on top, 24-22. Schmidt floats it down to Cox. Good pass. Cullen, right side. Gross tips it over. Boyer gets it. Pizarro outside to Black. She's blocked, but it goes wide, and the Hawks win. Set one, 25-22. What a great answer for the Hawks. In danger of letting it slip away, they rally back, take set one, 25-22. We will take a quick break. You are listening to Hawkeye Volleyball on Learfield, IMG College. Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. I'm John Evans. Hawks take set one, 25-22, as they down through most of the middle of the set, rallied back, took charge late in the set. Michigan State stormed back, and then the Hawks scored the final 3 points to win it 25-22. Hawks with 18 kills in the first set, so great job there. Got basically everything. They earned everything. Not a whole lot handed to them. Michigan State did have 5 hitting errors, but that was due to 3 Iowa blocks. So you take the 18 kills, you take an ace, you take 3 blocks, and that's 22 points that Iowa just flat went out and earned. So great first set. The Hawks hit 258 in set 1. Courtney Bizzario with 4 kills, Amaya Jones with 4 kills, but they were led by Adina Schmidt, 6 kills. She also had 2 digs. Jocelyn Boyer, great job in the back row, 8 digs for the Hawks, and served the big run in the middle of the set that gave the Hawks the lead. Took them from a couple points behind to giving them the big lead to allow them to withstand Michigan State's charge. Bailey Ortega with 8 assists in the first set. Courtney Bizzario did have 5 of those as well. He had a couple blocks. Amaya Jones had 2 blocks to go with her 4 kills and a service ace. So good all around set there for the junior from Indianapolis, Indiana. Michigan State was led by Lauren Schwartz. She had 3 kills, and then he had some balance. Kabengele, Kranowski, and Poljan with 2 apiece. A couple aces. They had Poljan with an ace, Cullen with an ace. Then you had Nia Gross with 4 blocks. Kabengele had 3, and Kranowski had a hand in the other one. So 4 blocks for the Michigan State total, 3 blocks for Iowa. Iowa had more kills, 18-11. Assists were 14-10. Michigan State did have 2 aces to the Hawks 1. The Hawks and Michigan State each had 15 digs. So Hawks took set 1 just like last night. So hopefully there's a little different finish, and the Hawks can keep some momentum going here as we go along. You're looking to downsize from your family home? The new Oak Knoll East campus is now open and offers many unique amenities for your active lifestyle. Call 319-351-1720 or visit oakknoll.com to set up your personal tour. Oak Knoll's a proud sponsor of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Ortega goes over at Cox. Cullen pushes it outside at Norris. She goes high and long, and the Hawks lead 1-0. It's her 3rd hitting error of the night. Hasn't found a kill yet. Ortega again. Floats at Cox again. Good pass to Cullen. Back out to Norris again. Dug by Boyer. Ortega gets underneath it. Back row attack from Schmidt. She goes wide, no touch. Tied at 1. Teams trade hitting errors. Gross back into the front row. Poljan back to serve. Diving play by Schmidt. Ortega platforms it, but it's low. Black rolls it over. Dug by Gibbs. Cullen. Behind her to Kabengele. Blocked and back onto the Michigan State side. Black and Clayton, mostly Black, I think. As she was able to extend her right hand and take away that seam between the block and get Kabengele. 3 points for both teams, 3 hitting errors. So at least that one, the defense did something to get it. So Slagle to serve. Hawks up 2-1. Right down the line. Cox is tight to the net. Dug by Slagle. Ortega to Schmidt. She's blocked. We're in play, though. Boyer covers it up. Ortega, middle attack from Clayton. And the Hawks score. Stole one there. Just stole it. Michigan State blocked it. Kind of relaxed. But the Hawks were able to cover and found a way to score. 3-1. Slagle to serve again. Goes to Cox. Diving play. That'll go out of bounds. Slagle ace. And it's 4-1. Slagle again. Runs it forward. Goes at Gibbs. Cullen chases it down outside to Norris. High off the block, dug by Boyer. Ortega off the block and score for Schmidt. 5-1, Hawks on top. Bad start for the Hawks here in set 2. Slagle. Jogs forward, goes at Cox again. It's tight. Cullen, right side of Cabangeli. High off the block. Diving play by Boyer. Slagle platforms it. Schmidt will get a roll. Dug by Norris. Cullen pushes it behind her. Cabangeli. Oh, great dig by Schmidt. Ortega back outside to Schmidt. Off the block. Dug by Gibbs. Cullen outside to Norris. It's tight. Oh! Hawks are all laying on the floor, but nobody can get it towards the net. And that'll be Norris's first kill, and it's 5-2. Good effort for the Hawks. Again, that's that aggressive back row play. You see him diving all over the place. Schlar to serve. Goes over at Slagle. Good pass to Ortega. Middle attack, Clayton. Oh, net call. Hawks catch a break as the ball went wide on the Clayton swing, but Gross is called in the net. Goes as a Clayton kill. And the Hawks back up 6-2. Boyer runs it forward. Right down the line. Cox. Schlar. Behind her to Norris. Right side kill for Norris this time. And maybe she's heating up a little bit. 6-3, Iowa still on top. Kronowski will go back into the front row. And Norris goes to the service line. She comes forward, goes right down the line. Schmidt is off the net. Ortega pushes it behind her to Visario. She's blocked. Visario covers herself. Ortega chases it, pushes it right back to her. Tips it over again. Schwartz. Schlar. Kronowski. Oh, catches the sideline. Great swing as she cut it inside the block. Wasn't her usual hammer, but she found a home on the Hawkeye side. 6-4. Norris again. Into the net. Service error makes it 7-4. Hawks on top. So I got a little distracted there. I was thinking about somebody shooting free throws and thinking how you develop a free throw routine and how you might learn it. I was just wondering how Norris would learn that low bounce for 5-10 seconds. Visario to serve. Goes right at Cox. Bad pass. Schlar chases it down. Back row attack from Norris. Ooh. Found a good spot. Boyer couldn't make a diving one-handed play. And Norris all of a sudden now with 3 kills. 7-5, Iowa on top. Cox the libero. White jersey back to serve. Flat-footed. Little toss. Knocks it over. Slagle. Great pass to Visario. Outside to Schmidt. Diving play by Norris. Schlar pushed it behind her. Schwartz, bad timing. She covers herself, though. Schmidt gets it. Visario pushes it right side. Reins through the block and scores. Kronowski and Poljan were there. Reins powers it through. And the Hawks take an 8-5 lead. Slagle goes out. Black comes in. Berlin, Germany's finest, Adina Schmidt, to serve for the Hawks. Great serve. Norris pops it straight up. Cox platforms it way behind her. Kronowski's going to get a great swing at it. Diving play by Boyer. Visario. Back row attack. Back row attack from Schmidt goes wide. No touch. 8-6. Interesting choice there from Visario. She had everybody there she could have set it to. Went with the back row attack. Great swing. Just went a little wide. Cullen back in for Michigan State, and she'll serve. Goes at Boyer. Visario. Reins. Great tip. Holy cow, that was good. Ball is tight. 6'5", Visario able to handle it. Pushes it a little off the net to Reins. Blocks right in front of her, and she just redirects it over into the right front on the defensive side with nobody with home. 9-6. Give Reins 4 kills now. Jones to serve. Floats it over. Oh! Norris stepped in front to take it. Cox stepped out of the way, hoping it was long, and it caught the back line. Ace serve Amaya Jones, 10-6 Hawks. The junior to serve again. Floats it over again. Cox. Cullen. Middle attack, Poljan. Diving play by Ortega. And it'll head over onto the Michigan State side and out of bounds. Poljan kill, 10-7, Hawks lead. Gibbs will serve for Michigan State. 10-7, Hawks lead 1-0. Gibbs knocks it to Schmidt. She uses hands. Bizzario, middle attack, Clayton. Good tip. Oh, diving play by Cullen. Great play. Bizzario has to get it back on the Hawks side. Boyer platforms it behind her to Black. Big swing through the block. Norris gets it. Cullen puts it back. Hawkeye side. Clayton takes a swing at it. She's blocked, but she covers. Clayton again. She's blocked again. Cullen uses hands. Gibbs outside to Kabengele. She's blocked. Oh, Reeds just basically stopped the ball. Kill for Kabengele, and it's 10-8. Hawks still lead. Again, last night when the rallies went long, the Hawks won. Tonight, they all seem to be, the 50-50 rallies seem to be going Michigan State's way here in the early going. 10-8, Gibbs the serve. Goes at Schmidt. Good pass to Bizzario. Behind her to Reentz. Dug up back to the Hawkeye side. Oh, Kabengele and Black in the joust. Black wins. Knocks it back down on the Michigan State side, 11-8. Black, her second kill of the night. And Ortega to serve for the Hawks. She goes at Cox. Passes off the net. Cullen back outside to Norris. Finds the back line. I guess last night she ended the night with 7 kills. She hit 0-34 but had 7 kills. She's got 4 in a row here tonight. Poljan to serve. Again, flat-footed and then really puts a dart into it. She goes at Schmidt. Bad pass to Ortega. Black will get a swing though. She goes high over the block and out of bounds. Michigan State's crawled back to within 1, 11-10. Poljan again. Left side of the court. Pulls it back. Swings. Schmidt. Better pass. Ortega. Right side to Clayton. Dug by Gibbs. Platform from Cullen. Kabengele has to platform it over. Boyer diving play. Ortega tips it over and finds a home. I guess that's the beauty of having the middle play. When your middle serves, your middle man is playing back middle on your defense. And agility might not quite be there. Poljan made a great diving effort. Couldn't get home. So give Clayton the kill. Hawks back up 2, 12-10. Slagle floats it over. That was Gross. Cullen back outside to Norris. Off the Bizzario block and scores. Funny, a back row swing that Iowa might have been able to get up. Kind of got Norris hot. Again, stealing a basketball analogy. Sometimes you see that, you struggle, you see a layup go through the hoop or something, and you get hot. Norris is there right now. She has 5 kills all of a sudden. Schlar goes over at Slagle, diving play. Ortega, right side to Bizzario. Block is late. Schwartz will get it, though. Pushes it back out to Norris. One-hand play from the Hawks. Norris gets another swing at it, and she kills it. We're tied at 12. First you don't succeed, try again. And that worked out. Schlar goes at Slagle. Bad pass. Ortega chases it down. Pushes it all the way out to Schmidt. And she hammers it off Gibbs. Schmidt's 8th kill. Hawks needed that one. Back on top, 13-12. Boyer goes at Cox. Decent pass. Schlar. High and long. The lefty Schwartz hits it over the block. A lot of Michigan State begging for a touch. Nobody buying it though. 14-12. Iowa on top. Boyer goes at Cox again. Great pass. Schlar to Norris. Give her another kill from the right side. Michigan State back within 1, 14-13. Hawks on top here in set 2. Took set 1, 25-22. Norris. Right in the net again. Second service error for her. 15-13, Hawks lead. Reach checks in. Ortega goes out. That sends the do-it-all junior Courtney Visario back to serve for the Hawks. Runs it forward. That pass from Cox. Norris will use hands, push it to Kranowski. Dug by Slagle. Great play. Visario pushes it back to Schmidt. It's tight. Schwartz gets it. Pushed up. Visario digs it on the Hawks side. Slagle will give it to Reens. Big swing. Cox digs it up. Schlar pushes it back out to Kranowski. It's behind her. Oh, but it was behind her, so she couldn't take a big full swing. The Hawk block was there. Schmidt was covering the spot where the ball was going, but the block deflected it behind her, and she couldn't come up with it. Kranowski's fourth kill. Hawks lead 15-14. Cox knocks it over. Long. She's had a couple of those that I thought might have been long. Slagle with good eyes there. Watched it go out. Another service error from Michigan State. 16-14, Hawks on top. Black into the front row. Slagle checks out. Adina Schmidt to serve. Runs it forward. Right down the line. Long. Teams trade service errors. Michigan State back to within one, 16-15. Cullen back into serve and set. Kabengele back into the front row. She'll hit right side for Michigan State. Cullen spins it, comes after it. Floats it over. Boyer. Good pass to Visario. Pushes it back out to Black. Block is late. Finds the end line and scores. Third kill for Black. Hawks back up to 17-15. Jones to serve. Goes at Cox. Passes off the net. Cullen chases it down. Kabengele pounds it wide. Hawks lead 18-15. Coach George decides to call timeout as the Hawks have extended the lead. We'll take it as well. You are listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield, IMG College. Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. I'm John Evans. Hawks lead set 2, 18-15 after taking set 1, 25-22. So the Hawks are looking pretty good here. Adina Schmidt leads the Hawkeye offense, 8 kills. Throw in 4 for Visario, 4 for Jones, 4 for Reens, 4 for Clayton, 3 for Black, and you have a pretty offensively balanced attack. Haley Ortega has 12 assists for the Hawks. Courtney Visario has 8. Jocelyn Boyer, 13 digs already for the Hawks. Jones to serve. Hawks up 3. Goes at Norris. That ball's tight. Cullen gets it though. Poljan's blocked, covered by Norris. Clayton tips it. Cullen gets it back. Norris. Right side to Kranowski. She's blocked. Black and Clayton get the block. Hawks up 4, 19-15. Kranowski last night had 1 hitting error, so the Hawks have now made her match that total from last night. Jones to serve again. Oh. Net serve from Jonesy, 19-16. Gibbs checks back in, the defensive specialist. She'll serve. Runs it forward now. Goes right down the line. Schmidt to Visario. Right side to Clayton. Oh, blocked. By Gross and Norris. No, Poljan and Norris, sorry. And Michigan State back to 19-17. Gibbs again. Diving play by Schmidt. Visario, middle attack. Reens. Oh, yes. Kabengele went out wide, so it ended up being Reens against Poljan. Reens wins 2017. This isn't Coach George's first time around the block. She doesn't have any timeouts left, so she calls for the sweeper to come over and wipe the floor where nobody was around. Ortega, Cox, Cullen pushes it all the way outside to Norris. Diving or play by Boyer. Ortega to Black. Rolls it over. Uses Cullen. Gibbs pushes it out to Kabengele. She's blocked. She covers herself. Cullen pushed it all the way back over to Norris. She's dug. Hawks are going to get it in play. A lot of mad scramble here. Kabengele pushes it over. Boyer gets it. Ortega, right side of Bisario. Dug by Cox. Cullen, right side to Kabengele. Oh, Bisario from her knees. Clayton just punches it over. Cox. Cullen. Norris. One-handed play by Ortega. Black back row swing for Schmidt. It's tight. Norris tips it. Uses Black. Ortega. Bisario. Blocked. You saw that one last night too, except it went the other way where I think it was Johnson from Michigan State. The play went on for a good 60 seconds. She had no lift left, and the block got her easy, and that was basically what happened to Bisario that time. Give the block to Poljan and Norris, and Michigan State claws back. Poljan, Boyer to Ortega. Clayton, high off the block and out of bounds. Clayton kill makes it 21-18. Clayton's fifth of the night. Black goes out, Slagle back in to serve. See if the Hawks can get a push here to finish up the set. Slagle right down the line. Cox, good pass to Cullen. Behind her to Kabengele, high off the block. Boyer one-handed. Schmidt puts it back in. Bisario gets a swing. Finds the back line. What a play, 22-18. Finds the line. Slagle to serve. Hawks 3 points away. Cox, great pass. Cullen, right side. Cross, blocked. Cullen. Gibbs, Norris. Goes over the block and long. And it's 23-18. Instead of timeout or challenge. Timeout or challenge. They're begging for touch. Everybody's shaking their head. She just doesn't want to use her timeout. Slagle will serve. 23-18. Hawks lead. Gibbs. Cullen chases it down. Outside of Norris. Timing's off. She's blocked. Cullen covers her, though. Gibbs pushes it all the way across the grass. She's blocked. She's covered. Michigan State will get another swing. Norris pushed it over the deep corner. Boyer's there. Ortega back out to Schmidt. Hammers it home. Hawks lead 24-18. Give Schmidt 9. Slagle will serve to win it. Goes over. Cox, good pass to Cullen. Pushed it outside to Norris. She finds the floor on the Hawks side. Michigan State saves the first one, 24-19. Schlar and Schwartz come in. Kabengele and Cullen go out. Hawks are one pass away from a 2-0 lead. Schlar runs it forward, floats it over. Slagle steps up, takes it. Ortega, middle attack to Clayton, wide. Michigan State dodges another bullet, 24-20. Schlar to serve again. Slagle, it's tight, and it's an overpassing. Ross made no mistake. Ortega ducked to save her well-being, 24-21. Come on, Slicks, good platform here. Schlar again. Slagle, Ortega, out to Schmidt, off the block. Falls on the Hawkeye side, 24-22. Coach Brown doesn't want to take a chance. She'll call timeout. We'll take it as well. 24-22, Hawks lead set 2. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball from Learfield, IMG College. Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. I'm John Evans. Hawks lead set 2, 24-22, with Michigan State on a 4-0 run to make it very interesting. Hawks took set one, 25-22. So I guess we side this one out. We'll get the repeat. Sklar floats it over at Slagle again. Ortega chases it down. Outside to Schmidt. Blocks late. Rolls it over. Gibbs gets it though. Sklar outside to Norris. Tips it. Oh, no. Boyer plays it. Ortega pushes it all the way back to Schmidt again. Tips it. Schwartz. We'll come back to Schwartz, the lefty. She's blocked. Covered by Cox. Sklar chases it down. Pushes to Norris. Hits it in the net. Hawks win set two. 25-22. Hawks now lead 2-0 after taking both of the sets, 25-22. We will take a short timeout. We will come back with the U.S. Bank intermission report. You are listening to Hawkeye Volleyball on Learfield IMG College. Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. I'm John Evans. Hawks have taken two exciting sets here, 25-22 in the first, 25-22 in the second. Had leads in both. Kind of got a little sketchy at the end, but we were able to put the hammer down and finish in both cases when they needed to. This is the U.S. Bank intermission report. Months of downtime and soul searching have inspired a lot of things, from renovating a kitchen to a new home mortgage. And U.S. Bank can help you do it all because we're dedicated to turning your new inspiration into your next pursuit. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Hawks cooled off a little bit from the attack standpoint, hit 256 in the first set, hit 150 there in set two with only 17 kills. Michigan State, though, also cooled off. Michigan State hit 182 in set one. Hawks held them to 136 in set two, even though they ended up with 13 kills instead of the 11 they had in set one. No lead changes there in the second set as the Hawks took the lead early. Michigan State did fight back and tied it twice, but Iowa held on to take the set. Hawk offense led again, Dina Schmidt with 9 kills, but then it's balance after that. 5 from Clayton, 5 from Rosario, 5 from Reeves, 4 from Jones, 3 from Black, as the Hawks are spread around pretty well, hitting 205 on the evening so far. 14 assists from Bailey Ortega and 9 for Courtney Rosario. A couple aces for Amaya Jones. Then you've got 18 digs through 2 sets for Jocelyn Boyer. She's just a little bit of everywhere right now. It's great to see her flying around. And then the Hawks with 5 blocks as a team. So you've got Hannah Clayton's had a hand in 3 of them. Audrey Black's had a hand in 3 of them. Michigan State, again, Meredith Norris already surpassed the kills she had last night. She has 8 kills, up to hitting 111 now. Kranowski, one who gave the Hawks fits last night, has 4. Coppin-Gelly has 3. Lauren Swartz, the lefty, has 3. Rebecca Poljan out of the middle has 3. And Nia Gross has 2. And you've got Elena Sklar, one of the setters. She has 1 on a great dump that she had. She also has 12 assists. And Celia Cullen has 8 assists. Got a couple service aces for Michigan State. You've got, let's see, Jamie Cox leads them with 9 digs. And then you've got a handful of blocks. You've got Lauren Swartz with 5. Again, that's Nia Gross with 5, I'm sorry. And Coppin-Gelly with 3. So they put a nice wall over there. But the Hawks really doing a good job of moving the offense around. Good balance outside of the Schmidt's getting the lead on the kills. Hey, Hawkeye fans, are you looking for a lifestyle change? A place where people encourage progress, not perfection? Come to Versa Fitness, located in Coralville, for direction, purpose, and results. Visit their website at versafitnesstraining.com to sign up today and start your 2-week free trial. Or contact Versa Fitness at 319-351-2300. Hawks have 3 wins on the season. They haven't had a sweep yet, so we'll see if they can change the tide and get sweep number 1 here in the home season in style. As again, Hawks took the first 2 sets by identical scores, 25-22. Just a reminder as well, we'll have the U.S. Cellular post-game show again tonight. Last night we had it immediately following the match. We're going to be a minute or 2 afterwards. There's a short post-game ceremony. So I'll have a little bit of stat recap, some of those types of things. And then we'll have Coach Brown on probably be 5 or 6 minutes after the match is actually over. So if you can hang around with us and listen to that, that would be fantastic, as we'll get Coach Brown's thoughts on the match. see how it goes. Talk to her a little bit about senior night, about what she has to look forward to. One more weekend match against Minnesota. But then what the off season looks like as we head into the new season. Gibbs to serve for Michigan State here in set 3. She floats it over. Schmidt steps in front. Ortega to Clayton. Dug up by Gibbs. Cullen back outside to Cavangeli. Right down the line and wide. She's tried that a couple times. Hasn't been able to find the line. And the Hawks score the first point again. Lead 1-0. Black goes out. Slagle comes in. Slagle to serve, right down the line. Gibbs, Cullen, middle attack. Holy buckets. She was new, and that was electric. Emma Monks, great swing. 6'4" sophomore. She hammered it home. She's in for pole jam. Monks. Boy, she immediately makes an impact. Kill and an ace. 2-1, Michigan State on top. Monks to serve again. Spins it. Jogs forward. Goes into the net. We are tied at 2. She checks out. Cox comes in for her. Played 4 points and scored 2 of them. That's a pretty effective ratio. Boyer to serve. Floats it to Cox. Cullen, middle attack. Connection wasn't perfect, but Gross was able to swipe it over the top of the block. Michigan State back on top 3-2. Michigan State making some changes here. Swartz goes out. And this time Edmonds comes in to serve. She hasn't played either night. She runs it forward, floats it over. Schmidt, good pass to Ortega, back out to Schmidt. Timing's off, blocked, recovered. Slagle's able to get it one-handed up, and Schmidt will platform it all the way over. Gibbs, Cullen, slide, wide. Boy, what a break for the Hawks as Gross goes wide. Iowa had no real business winning that point, but they get it. We're tied at 3. Bizzario to serve for the Hawks. Ortega went out, range checked into the front row. Bizzario right down the line. Gibbs off the net. Cullen pushes it all the way out. Cavangeli off the block. Diving play by Slagle. Problem is she and Slagle and Boyer ended up tied up together. Good swing by Cavangeli gets the point. Okay, Michigan State went back to 5-1. I got it. Looks like we'll have Cullen setting all the way around this time. Norris to serve. Michigan State leads 4-3. Norris floats it over. Long. Slagle was about to jump up and take it with hands. When you're a back row player, if you've got to jump and take it above your shoulders, that ball's going out, and sure enough it did. Norris, after a couple serves into the net, went long, tied back up at 4. Schmidt to serve. Off the tape, Cox. It's tight. Cullen plays it outside of Kranowski. She's blocked, covered by Cullen. Edmonds takes it. Kranowski again, blocked again. Cullen takes it again. Edmonds this time to Gross. It's tight. She punches it over. Schmidt takes it. Gross was in the net, or under the net, as it may be. And the Hawks have their first lead, 5-4. Good battle from the Hawks here. Schmidt to serve. Right down the line. Cox gets it up in the air. Cullen back out to Kranowski. It's behind her. Boyer digs it up. Bizzario pushes it to Black. Blocked. And back off of her, falls onto the Hawkeye side, 5-all. Hawks were a little trapped here on the left side. Block was able to set up and get her. Cox to serve for Michigan State. Tied at 5 here in the early going of set 3. Schmidt, great pass to Bizzario. Jones, dug by Cox, but it goes behind her. Norris, Kronowski will get a swing into the net. Took a minute, but the Hawks got the call as the ball just hit the tape. 6-5 Hawks lead on the hitting error. Amaya Jones to serve for the Hawks. Floats it over. Norris steps in front, takes it. Cullen, middle attack. Kind of whiffed up. Oh, Jones gets the play. Bizzario will platform it over. Edmonds. Cullen dumps it over. Jones caught on her heels. Ball fell in front of her. It's a little difficult that time. Cullen was setting from the front row, so she was able to be a little deceptive. So the 5-1 rotation kind of had Iowa screwed up a little bit there. Cullen now to serve. Goes over at Schmidt. Way off the net. Boyer platforms it to Black. High off the block. Cox gets it easy. Cullen. Swartz, dug by Bizzario. Boyer platforms it to Reentz. It's outside the court. She's blocked, or the net, or whatever. Either way, it ends up on the Hawk floor. 7-6 Michigan State leads. Cullen to serve for Michigan State. Schmidt, better pass this time. Bizzario. Ooh, Hawks had some confusion there, but it worked. As Reentz and Clayton both ran the same play. Reentz is able to get the kill, though. Extra tricky when you run them through the same lane. 7-7, Ortega to serve. Goes over at Norris. It's off the net. Cullen chases it down. Outside to Swartz. Ortega one-hands it up. Boyer platforms it all the way behind her to Black, who rolls it over. Cox gets it. Cullen. Monk. Ooh, dug by Boyer. Ortega behind her. Bizzario. Norris with a good play. Cullen back out behind her again to Swartz. High off the block. Schmidt. Easy play. Ortega out behind her to Black. Off the block and scores. 8-7 Hawks lead. If you can terminate that the first time when you run your pin hitters in the same lane, it works. But Swartz isn't nearly as effective swinging from the traditional left side as she is the right. Norris, bad pass. Cullen platforms it to Swartz again. She's blocked. She gets the score though, as Cullen's able to chase it down and give her a good ball. Swartz gets a kill and we're tied at 8. Gibbs will serve for the Spartans. Tied at 8 here in the early going of set 3. Hawks lead 2-0. She's been given the go-ahead. Smith, good pass to Ortega. Middle attack, Clayton. Blocked onto the Iowa side. Couldn't tell for sure which side, but Clayton's blocked. That was Gross and maybe, no, that was Cabangeli and Monks. Gibbs to serve. Michigan State up 9-8. Floats it over. Boyer chases it down. Ortega. Clayton again. This time she gets it as she goes off Monk's hands. Goes back to the Michigan State side. Tied at 9. Slagle back in. See if the Hawks can find a little separation. Slagle. Goes over at Gibbs. Off the net, Cullen. Outside to Cabangeli. Way behind her. Couldn't handle it. 10-9 Hawks lead. Cabangeli is a very explosive jumper. Just still looks a little raw in what she's doing. Slagle. Floats it over. Gibbs. Tough pass. Back outside to Cabangeli again. Tips it. Diving play by Ortega. Boyer platforms it. Bizzario platforms it over. Swartz. Monks it off the block. Diving play by Slagle. Oh. Ortega wasn't sure what to do with it. And the ball ended up in the Hawkeye net. 10-10. Gross back to the front row. Monks back to serve. Cox checks out. timeout, Michigan State made the Norris is now hitting right side. Interesting move to change her up after she's been doing a really nice job. She's obviously on the bench now, it doesn't really matter, but Monks comes forward to serve into the net. Back-to-back service errors for her. Hawks retake the lead, 11-10. Jones checks back in. Clayton goes back to the bench. Jocelyn Boyer back to the service line. Boyer goes over at Gibbs. Good pass, Cullen. Behind her to Swartz. Hard chop, finds the sideline. Nice job. She cut that well inside the block. Tied up again at 11. Talia Edmonds to serve. Runs forward, knocks it over. Boyer, Ortega, behind her to Bizzario. Dug by Edmonds, back to the Hawkeye side. Slagle, Ortega, tipped over by Schmidt. We're in play. Cavangeli tips it over. Ortega's used up. Slagle goes right side to Bizzario, and she scores. She landed a little awkwardly, but all is well. Hawks take the lead 12-11 on Bizzario's 6th kill. Reeds back into the front row. Bizzario spins it. Comes right down the line. Diving play by Gibbs. Cullen has the platform into Cavangeli. She goes hard at Slagle. Bizzario. Schmidt off the block and scores. Cullen and Gross pull it right down on the Michigan State side. Iowa takes the first 2-point lead in quite a while, 13-11. Bizzario to serve. Hawks up 2. Off the tape, Gibbs, great pass to Cullen. Right side, Gross. Dug by Boyer. Slagle platforms it behind her to Schmidt. Rolls it over. Oh, and that'll find a home. Gibbs got one hand on it. Cox got a hand on it. Edmonds chased it over the inline. Hawks lead 14-11. Timeout, Michigan State. We'll take it. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball on Learfield, IMG College. Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena. I'm John Evans. Hawks lead set 3, 14-11. Lead the match 2-0. They took both the first 2 sets by 25-22 scores. Back and forth set here so far, but the Hawks on a 3-0 run. Biggest lead of the set. We are called to serve. See where Bizzario goes with this one. She's been going right down the line at Gibbs. See what happens this time. Comes cross to Edmonds. Diving play. Cullen has the platform into Cavangeli. Big high swing. Courtney takes it on the Slagle. Reens. High off the block. Slagle gets it. Bizzario. Behind her again to Reens. Rolls it over. Edmonds digs it. Cullen. Back out to Cavangeli. Tips it over. Diving play by Bizzario. That'll go for a kill. Hawks had a chance there. Couldn't finish it off. 14-12. Hawks on top. So Norris is just playing back row. She's coming in for Cavangeli now. She'll serve. 14-12, Hawks lead. Slagle to Bizzario. Middle attack, Reens off the block. Diving play by Cox. Cullen chases it down. Krenowski will get a swing. One-handed by Boyer. Bizzario all the way across to Schmidt. Scores! Wow. One hand from Boyer. Bizzario, instead of taking the easy pass, comes all the way across court to Schmidt, and Schmidt hammers it home. Hawks lead by a 3, 15-12. Black comes back into the front row. Schmidt will serve. Great serve. Edmonds eaten up. That'll go as an ace. 16-12. Interesting play. Hawks tend to float a lot of serves, but every once in a while they get some zip on it. Schmidt came with the heat that time. Hawks by 4. Biggest lead of the set. Comes hard again. Cox, bad pass. Edmonds comes to Kranowski on the outside. She'll have to platform it over. Schmidt to Bizzario. Middle attack from Jones. Cox, diving play. Cullen dumps it, but she blocked. Audrey Black, the freshman, saw it coming, and she gets the block. Hawks up 17-12. Great awareness from Black to know that she had a front row setter, went up with her on the tight ball and blocked it. Schmidt to serve. Right down the line. Edmonds again. That was right in the middle, sorry. Kranowski off rhythm. Boyer, great play. Black will get it. Schmidt with a back row swing. Dug by Norris. Middle attack. Missed contact. Cullen tried to get it to Gross. It's 18-12. Hawks lead. And we're making the substitutions again. Cullen goes out. Johnson checks in for the first time tonight. Edmonds goes out. Schlar checks in. She'll set from the back row. We gave 5-1 a run. Didn't like it. We're back to 6-2. Michigan State's going to run out of substitutions here at some point, though. That's a lot of action. Schmidt to serve. Hawks up by 6. Another solid serve. Cox diving play. Schlar. Johnson. There you go. Wow, that's tough. She comes off the bench. Hasn't played in, what time is it? It's 7:30. She hasn't played in an hour and a half. Comes up, splits the block and scores. Great swing for her. 18-13, Hawks lead. Cox knocks it over. Boyer. Bizzario. Black's blocked. Hawks are going to get it in play, though. That comes over on the Michigan State side. Sklar, middle attack. As Monks hammers it home, it was a little hot for Boyer to handle. 18-14. See if the Hawks can get a side out here. No need to let Michigan State build any momentum. Cox to serve again. Floats it over. Boyer. Great pass to Bizzario. Right side to Reens. Off the block. Oh, it was in. We had a touch. It was in anyway. 19-14. Give Reens her 8th kill of the night. Nice job for her. Jones to the service line. Hawks up 5. Top of the tape. Uses the setter. Back behind. Johnson. Goes wide. 20-14. Hawks within reach here. Jones to serve. Goes over. Norris. It's tight. Sklar. Middle attack Monks. Dug by Reens. Bizzario pushes it all the way out to Black. Big swing. She's blocked. Monks and Johnson. You got 6-4 out there on the block. That's a tough one. And they were in position. Hawks still up 5, 20-15. Cullen checks back in. She'll serve. Right down the line. Schmidt, great pass to Bizzario. Behind her to Reens. Not sure what happened there. Looked like she just kind of shanked it wide. 20-16. Hawks need a side out. Cullen spins it, comes forward. Schmidt, good pass. Bizzario, oh, mistimed it, but Clayton gets it. Cullen digs it up. Cox behind her to Kranowski. Big swing, blocked wide. As Reens and Clayton didn't get their hands turned in. 20-17. Hawks have been able to build the lead and then get a little nervy trying to hold it. Cullen again. Hawks by 3, 20-17. Black takes it. Bizzario right behind her to Reens. Diving play. It's up in the air. Norris gets underneath it. Michigan State free balls it over. Reens. Bizzario outside to Black. Off the block and scores. That was huge. That was huge. Black with her 5th kill as she goes off the outside hand to Schwartz and gets the kill. Schwartz off the block, 21-17. Reens goes out. Ortega comes back in. She knocks it over. Cullen behind her. Kranowski, diving play by Schmidt. Ortega chases it down, comes to Black again, tips it over, she's blocked. Kranowski got that one, 21-18. Kranowski will have to stay in and serve this time. Michigan State's a little light on substitutions. Kranowski, haven't seen her serve yet. We'll see what happens. Runs forward, pounds it over. Boyer, Ortega, behind her to Clayton. Oh, nice break for the Hawks. Block was there, caught tape, rolled over, fell onto the Michigan State side, 22-18. This will work out okay for Michigan State. They'll leave Norris in. She's obviously plays the front row regularly, so even though they might be close to out of substitutions, they'll still be able to handle it. Slagle to serve. Floats it over. Michigan State's out of rotation, though. That's what happens when you put somebody new in. Ace serve for Slagle. 23-18 Hawks, 2 points away. Slagle floats it over. Norris takes it. Cullen, middle attack, block. Boyer, Ortega, behind her, Bizzario, high off the block. Bizzario dunks it back over, and it'll score! 24-18. Hawks are 1 point away. Slagle to serve. She comes forward. Goes at Norris. It's tight. Cullen. Middle attack Monks. Blocked but wide. 24-19. Hawks have been here, and then they keep giving up a couple points to make it exciting. Let's see if the Hawks can close it out. Monks to serve. Couple service errors for her. Let's see another one. Let's finish it off. Monks runs forward. Goes right down the line. Slagle, great pass to Ortega. Behind her to Bizzario. Monks, good dig. Cullen, behind her to Schwartz. Dig up by Boyer. Ortega, behind her to Bizzario. Tip. Schwartz with a great play. Cullen, Norris. Dug by Slagle. Ortega, middle attack Clayton. Block. Scores! Hawks win! Hawks win! 25-19 in the third. Hawks take the match. 3-0. Just a reminder, we'll be back with a U.S. Cellular postgame show, but we're going to take a quick break. You're listening to Hawkeye Volleyball on Learfield, IMG College.